Welcome to Valley's Gold, a program that explores the people and places who feed and clothe us. On this episode, we've traveled to the Delta region of California's San Joaquin Valley to learn about asparagus. From farm to festival to fork, we'll educate you on everything you need to know about this stocky vegetable. So join me, Ryan Jacobsen, on this adventure.
Valley's Gold is produced through a partnership between the Fresno County Farm Bureau and Valley PBS. Production funding for Valley's Gold is provided by
the Myers Water Bank and Wildlife Project, an educational outreach program working to teach students about water and wildlife issues in California. Field trips are free for all schools, and each trip's curriculum is based on learning about California water resources, valley agriculture, and native wildlife.
Everyone enjoys getting together to laugh, to talk, and mostly to eat. It sounds so simple, but the reality is that it takes a lot of hard work to feed us. The next time you sit down to eat, remember to thank our farmers, Gar Tutelian Incorporated since 1949 at 800-696-6108.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. At Brandt, our heroes are the men and women in the field, the folks who work hard to put food on our tables. Join us in celebrating the Valley's real heroes. Brandt, professional agriculture.
I'm beginning our asparagus experience west of Stockton at Ferguson Farms. With me, I have Bob Ferguson. Bob, thanks for joining me.
Happy to have you out here.
How'd you get involved in the California asparagus industry?
Family farming operations been in existence since 1904, and my family had asparagus back in the late 30s, and it was finally my turn to figure out something new commodity-wise, so I decided to start raising asparagus in about the late 90s.
Wow, okay. And tell me about this operation. We're right in the midst of the Delta. What is the Delta, and what type of farming takes place up here?
Well, we think we have something very, very special, especially for asparagus, between the weather and the soil.
Let's start with asparagus terminology. What is the different terminologies we associate with asparagus?
Well, starting from the beginning, the bed as you see it right now was actually a bottom of a furrow. And we have transplants, which started out as a seed at a nursery. The crown is raised. Now the crown is a root system, and the upper portion where the eyes of the plant are all getting established. We'll transplant that from the nursery to the bottom of this furrow, about 9 inches apart, and we'll cover it with a little dirt. We'll wait for it to start growing, the roots start getting established, and the bed will keep adding dirt to it. And way down, probably 18 inches down below here, is that crown. So the spears all start coming up through that off the eyes. We're looking for those eyes to push. And as they start coming up, we have these spears, as you can see, start coming up.
Asparagus is an interesting crop because it's a crop that I don't think most folks would associate as being a perennial, a crop that it's more of a permanent crop.
This crop will be in, this particular field is 4 years old. The old days, you used to get 10 to 12 years out of a crop. I think today we're probably looking around 8 years.
After that rotation's done, do you come in with another crop typically, or will you go right back to asparagus?
Asparagus draws a lot out of the ground, and probably I think the norm around here is probably waiting 30 years.
Got it. And now let's just jump to harvest. I mean, obviously we got harvest going on behind us here, and it's a very unusual crop to see being harvested. What are you looking for, and how do you harvest it?
Well, it's all manual. It's all hand labor, as you can see behind us. We're looking for a spear that's got a minimum of 9 inches of green, and one that's got size to it. There's smaller sizes that the crew will come in and punch, but then you'll have standard size, which these two are. You'll have one that's a little larger, but you're looking for 9 inches of green.
Got it.
And these will all make it into the sled and eventually to the packing shed.
How long since that broke the ground did it get to that 9-10 inch mark?
Well, we're a little cool right now, but when we really get into the warm season, a spear that might be this tall showing above the ground will be ready to cut tomorrow. There are some times where it could be looking like this in the early morning where you start out. You might have to have the crew come all the way back to the very starting point and cut that spear in the late afternoon because it's grown that much.
So I've heard up to 4 inches a day at times, and so that's
it's true.
What's the difference when you see something skinnier versus bigger? Is there a reason to plant through that?
It's pure genetics. A lot of folks think that this is an older spear, so therefore it's going to be tougher. It still snaps at the tender spot, but these smaller spears are not any younger because don't forget, you planted that crown at the same time.
Yeah.
They were all planted at the same time. It's just genetics and how it's all grows. Fat spear, small spear, they're all the same age.
Got it.
At the beginning of your season, our season out here, the treat that we have as farmers is we can come out here and hand cut some jumbo spears, and there's one extra size that's larger than that called colossal, and it's a dandy, it's a big spear, but you can have 11 inches of absolutely delicious asparagus, sweet, no mayonnaise, no butter, nothing on it, and it's just an absolutely, at the beginning of the season, because it's grown slowly.
And Bob, what does this field look like during the midst of summer?
Well, after we're done harvesting, which can go as far as the middle of May to the first week of June, the plant will start coming out of the ground rather rapidly as the ground warms up and the head will start to open up. Well, what that'll turn out to do is the plant will continue to grow 5 to 6 feet tall, and we allow the plant to basically go through photosynthesis to draw down all the nutrients that it can. We'll do a little irrigation, we'll do some side dress with fertilizer. What we're hoping that it's all doing is allowing that plant down on the crown, well below the ground, to build up starches again for next season.
So this crop we're seeing is actually a product of last year's production cycle.
Yes.
And the types of asparagus, is there different varieties?
There are different varieties. Some of the older varieties have been around. I'm really not sure how many are still there, but this is University of California's F127, F1. What we're looking for is a good tight head. Obviously production is the big number, but one that produces a quality spear for us.
Yeah. And I sometimes see the notoriety of a green versus a white. Does that mean anything?
The only difference between the two is that one saw the sun, the other didn't.
Is that the difference? Okay.
That's the old days out here. We would go well into June and July, and they would simply add more dirt. They'd stop harvest for a while. They'd add more dirt to the bed, and then they'd come in, and it took quite an eye and experience with the cutters to see this little push on the top of the surface to indicate there's a spear coming up, and then to cut that, hold on to the tip, and then to cut well below the surface, you're pulling out a white spear that just simply hasn't seen the sun.
Got it.
And
okay.
that's the difference between white asparagus and your green
wow,
asparagus.
That's incredible. And Bob, we're out here in this gorgeous field. I have to ask, how do you like to eat your asparagus?
I love it barbecued. Simple as that.
That's my favorite too. I love that too. I like to just dry it out, almost where just a little bit of a crispiness to it. And
different techniques, different tastes, but the barbecue seems to do a good job, and it's easy.
Absolutely. So. Bob, thank you so much. This has been an incredible opportunity to learn so much more about an industry I really didn't know much about.
Glad you were out here to tell the story. So thanks very much.
I've jumped in the pickup and traveled down the street to King's Crown Packing. With me I have Marc Makini. Marc, thanks for joining me.
Nice to have you here.
Well, I just saw some spectacular things in the field, but now we're going to see how it's processed. But before I get to that, how'd you get involved in the California asparagus industry?
Well, I'm third generation asparagus grower.
Okay.
When my grandfather came here from Italy, he landed in the Rio Vista area in California, and almost immediately started farming asparagus because it was a big crop in those days.
Okay.
Moved to Tracy, and then eventually bought a piece of land out here in the Delta, and have been farming asparagus ever since.
And
that's been a long time.
Absolutely, and this is the place to be for asparagus, I've found out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're looking at the processing of asparagus, which is a fairly simplistic process, but walk me through it. What happens when that stalk hits this grounds?
Well, normally what happens is the men in the field will be putting it into a sled, as you see right here.
Okay.
Okay. And what it's oriented already so that the asparagus is in rows. When it comes to the packing shed, the asparagus is offloaded onto the machinery that you see behind us here.
Yeah.
And basically it is washed and trimmed and then sorted according to size.
Okay.
And each spear of asparagus is carefully inspected to make sure that it's in good shape and it's not broken, or it's too short or too long or too white or too green or whatever. And
when you say size though, size, I'm thinking two things. It could be length or it could be girth. I've seen two different kinds here.
Right. Basically three different sizes of asparagus that are marketed.
Okay.
The small spears are called either small or standard,
okay,
and mostly standard. And the larger spears, if they're about this size, are considered very simply large. Then they have what they call extra large, which are just slightly bigger than this. There's a jumbo size, and that's for the really colossal size asparagus, but there's not that many of those. So basically what we're doing is we're sizing the asparagus in the shed. Each size is then relegated to a particular weight. Most of the asparagus is either in 1 pound increments,
okay,
or in kilo, which would be 2 1/4 pounds.
Got it. Okay.
So basically, those individual spears are gathered together and then put into a little mechanism over here that keeps them all straight and even, and then their rubber bands are placed around them. Then the asparagus is sent off again to be trimmed a final time. Then once it's done, it's gone through the trimming process, it goes through either a hydrocooler or into the box and then goes through the hydrocooler. So the asparagus has several stages of processing here in the packing shed.
And this is neat because this is a blend. There's still a lot of labor involved, a lot of human labor, but also a lot of mechanization that's gone along with this.
The human part of the labor in the packing shed has been reduced somewhat because of the mechanization, but it's all basically hand sorted in our operations here. There are actually machines out there that do some of the sorting, but those machines don't compete with the speed and quality of the product that are coming out of this packing shed.
Absolutely, and one thing about California asparagus from the Delta region here, it ends up all over the place.
Right. I mean, some of the asparagus is going to Japan. Some will go to the East Coast. Chicago and New York City are the primary destinations. Asparagus goes out through the whole state of California. I mean, it's basically, it could be considered worldwide, it could be considered United States wide.
Yeah, I've always heard that asparagus, when you pack it, does it continue to grow a little bit in the box? Or is that a wives' tale?
Well, no, that isn't a wives' tale. It can do that. That's why it's hydrocooled and put in a cold box as quickly as possible to slow that process down.
Got it, okay.
I could tell you stories about how asparagus has grown out of the top of the boxes and that people had to throw it away.
Yeah, wow. And then when it comes to the flavor of the different sizes of these stalks, you told me there's really not a lot of difference. I mean, some people may look for a particular size, but when it comes down to it, the taste is going to be very similar.
Asparagus is asparagus, okay? And there's a comment out there that the little baby stuff, the real small stuff, this size here is more tender. Well, in reality, it really isn't. It is actually, the cell structure is much more dense in this size of spear of asparagus than this larger spear. So within bounds of, your preference, I personally would like to do away with this
and
just get these bigger ones. They're much more applicable to different type of cooking techniques. You can put this one on the barbecue. This one would be a little hard to put on the barbecue.
Yep. And Mark, one of the important questions is how should the consumer take care of the asparagus once they get it home?
Well, I'll tell you what I like to do. Most of the asparagus is in bunches and with rubber bands around it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I do, I take it home, I cut off about 1 inch on the bottom of the spear, just to freshen it up. Very much like you would a Christmas tree when you put it in, for your Christmas.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
Okay, and then I take a pie dish with a little bit of water in the bottom of it, stand the spears up in that bunch in the refrigerator, and it's surprising how long it lasts.
That's incredible.
Stays fresh.
And one thing that, all California fresh fruits and vegetables have a very good health benefit. I know asparagus has some very unique ones.
Exactly.
And I have to be the one to ask the question. I think a lot of people are watching this at home, and the first thing when you think about asparagus is possibly when you go to a bathroom a few hours later, there may be a certain smell that's orientated with it. What's taking place? What is that?
Well, about 95% of the population has that experience. There's about 5% of the people that don't have that experience. But it's basically an enzyme, a sulfur-based enzyme that is produced in the body that reacts with the asparagus, and basically that's what causes the smell. Now, on top of that, asparagus is a very good diuretic. So in essence, it's flushing your system out. When you eat this, it's actually improving, helping your kidneys and all that, flush out any impurities you have in your body. So in that health aspect, I put up with the smell any day.
Yeah, and that's one thing. It's completely normal, and it's not anything negative. I think that's what people need to know.
That's absolutely true.
Well, Mark, thank you so much. I just learned a wealth of information about California asparagus.
Well, I thank you too for coming out and learning about asparagus. I know it's an unusual crop, and the more people know about it, the more they will appreciate it and buy it, hopefully.
Look for that California grown stuff.
You bet.
Thanks, Mark. I'm in central Stockton at the San Joaquin Asparagus Festival, where this unusual vegetable is celebrated in a big way. With me I have Tony Noceti of the Noceti Group. Tony, thanks for joining me.
Well, good morning.
Well, let me begin with, what is the Asparagus Festival? I'm impressed. I just showed up here, never knew anything about this until recently, and tell me a little bit about it.
So the show goes for 3 days up here. It's an annual event every year here in Stockton. It draws around 60 to 80,000 people. So they really turn out. It's built around the nonprofit groups also. We have a lot of nonprofit groups that pitch in and help out. So the festival gives back a lot of money to the local community charities.
Yeah.
And it's huge. We have over 1,500 volunteers. So to be the host and helping out to keep the Asparagus Festival going is our honor to do this here.
Yeah, I know it's the pride of the San Joaquin County up here, and so it's a great way to celebrate this. Talk about the different parts of this this festival. There's everything. You got Asparagus Alley, where I know it's some of the most unusual things that you could imagine with asparagus going into it.
The trademark here is the deep fried asparagus and the asparagus ice cream. Along with that, there's 12 other dishes that are being served here this weekend.
And it's no small venture. I know you guys look at on an annual basis a big population of folks coming through.
Yeah, we're anticipating around 80,000. The weather looks good this weekend.
Absolutely. And the cooking demonstrations that take place, because asparagus is, I think a lot of folks know how to cook it, but know how to cook it more of the basic way. There's a lot of different ways, and that's one thing you guys are proud about here, is just being able to show those different and demonstrate the different ways to cook it.
Absolutely, yes. We do have a number of different demonstrations going on, teaching the public how to cook it in different manners and enjoy asparagus.
And all those visitors that come, are they primarily local, or are you drawing from all over the state?
Oh no, they come from all around. There's folks here from Chico, Tulare. They come from all over to come here, the Bay Area.
People really like their asparagus.
Oh, they do.
And I know we're talking asparagus, but like you said, there's so much else. I see everything from car demonstrations to rides to everything else. It's a family event for the day.
Yes, it is. Last year I spoke to some of the people that were on the grounds, and they said, well, we're here for the whole day. They enjoy the facility because there's plenty of room to sit down and relax, and we work really hard on making our customers feel very welcome here.
Absolutely. Well, Tony, thank you so much. I can't stress how great of an event this is, and just how many people have come together to really celebrate one of San Joaquin's best products.
Well, thank you.
I've walked over to the festival's Asparagus Plaza. I've been joined by Kevin Cabrera, Corporate Executive Chef for Save Mart Supermarkets. Kevin, thanks for joining me.
Oh, no worries, anytime.
And Kevin, what does a Corporate Executive Chef do for a supermarket chain? It's probably a title I never thought I would have associated.
I know, I've actually been asked that question quite a bit. And my job is pretty new to the company, so I've been there about 10 months, and they never had a chef before.
Wow,
And you know, with the supermarket, there's a lot of focus on fresh.
Yes.
So my job is to develop food programs for our stores. So we have Save Mart in this area, we have Lucky in the Bay Area.
And so your job got really interesting because we're at the Asparagus Festival and you're trying to do some pretty unique things with this.
Oh, definitely.
Which is like I said, it's a unique vegetable. There's no other way to say it. So you're doing some cooking demonstrations here that are going to be very unique. I know there's several of them. Tell me about which one's your favorite. Which one do you really enjoy?
My favorite one, I think, out of in the office when I was doing it, that was everyone's favorite as well, was the asparagus guacamole.
Asparagus guacamole.
Yeah, so there's no avocado in it. It's just asparagus.
So this is a recipe you developed?
Yes, I developed it.
Yep,
and we were testing it and kind of incorporating some unique ingredients to it. So it's not a traditional guacamole, but when you look at it, it really looks like guacamole. There's a little bit hint of ranch on it, like a little twist on it.
Easy to make for people at home?
Oh, very easy to make. Yeah, you can make it chunky or you can make it smooth depending on how you want your guacamole. So if you're not looking at it close, it actually looks like avocado at this point, correct? One thing with guacamole, it has that nice sheen to it because avocado is really fatty. So since we're not putting avocado in here, I'm using a Greek yogurt instead. So utilizing that. Then my secret ingredient is ranch powder. So you're gonna put a little bit of ranch powder in your yogurt. Just a little bit just to mix it up, give it that nice zing to it when you're eating it. So I'm gonna put it in. So you notice it's starting to look like guacamole. Then you can add your vegetables. So you have tomato, green onion, I have jalapeno. And you can also fry your own tricolor tortilla chips or regular chips, depending on which one you like. Then after this, I'm just gonna transfer it in a container. And there you have your asparagus guacamole.
Well, I'm so excited that there's people like you out there taking what is a crop that's been around for a long time, but trying to find new, innovative ways to make it, you know, using our wholesome products from grower here, right here in the valley.
Yeah, very exciting, and a lot of different uses for asparagus. A lot of different ways to do them.
Yeah.
And I think all the chefs here, including me, will kind of showcase how versatile the asparagus is for a lot of different recipes.
Well, fantastic, Kevin. Well, thank you so much. This has been just inspiring to know that we can do so many different things with a crop that I think so much of us just kind of we just boiled it. I mean, we did it so simply, but there's so many fun and innovative
Definitely very
things
local, very local, and right in the peak of the season right now. So.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
As our time with asparagus comes to an end, I couldn't leave without trying the asparagus ice cream. That's good. I hope you'll join me next time for more Valley's Gold.
Valley's Gold is produced through a partnership between the Fresno County Farm Bureau and Valley PBS. Production funding for Valley's Gold is provided by
the Myers Water Bank and Wildlife Project, an educational outreach program working to teach students about water and wildlife issues in California. Field trips are free for all schools, and each trip's curriculum is based on learning about California water resources, valley agriculture, and native wildlife.
Everyone enjoys getting together to laugh, to talk, and mostly to eat. It sounds so simple, But the reality is that it takes a lot of hard work to feed us. The next time you sit down to eat, remember to thank our farmers. Gar Tutelian Incorporated since 1949 at 800-696-6108.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. At Brandt, our heroes are the men and women in the field, the folks who work hard to put food on our tables. Join us in celebrating the Valley's real heroes. Brandt. Professional agriculture.